Back in time with me today as we visit a Virginia town with history dating back to the pre-colonial era.
We'll visit once bloody battlefields, a few colonial community staples, beautiful Georgian style manor homes, and stroll along charming old town streets.
Welcome to my hometown of Fredericksburg, Virginia. This is Caroline Street. It's kind of the hub of historic downtown. Most of these buildings are from the 18th and 19th centuries. We're just a block or so away from the Rappahannock River, which in the summertime is great for swimming and kayaking. There are trails that run along the Rappahannock, and you often see joggers, bikers, and families there. I spent a lot of time on this street. I used to take dance classes right up here. I love to sit and look out those big windows and watch all the interesting people on the street down below. Caroline has a lot to offer. There's several locals' favorite restaurants like Sammy T's, which offers lots of vegan and vegetarian options. The building was constructed in 1804 and has been an auction house, a post office, a fueling station, and auto supply store. There are lots of darling little shops to browse and a pretty hip art community. There's also Gulrich's, which is unfortunately closed for restorations. It was a pharmacy which opened in 1897 and the soda fountain opened in 1912. It's the oldest continuously operating soda fountain in America. Their egg salad sandwiches are bomb, and they're famous for milkshakes, malts, and real cherry cokes. As we get towards the end of the street, we find the Hugh Mercer Apothecary Shop. Circa 1772, Dr. Mercer treated the community's ailments with remedies of the time, such as leeches, lancets, and crab claw. He practiced for 15 years before joining the Revolutionary Army, where he died as a brigadier general at the Battle of Princeton. Today, it's a living museum, and entry is less than $10. Just a few steps away stands the Rising Sun Tavern, which was built by George Washington's youngest brother Charles around 1760. It was his home, but was purchased by the Wallace family in 1792 and became a place for travelers to stay in bustling 18th century Fredericksburg. Just like the apothecary, you can visit the mostly original building and learn about tavern life in a bygone era. This place is seriously worth a visit. The costume guides have fascinating stories to tell. We can't talk about Fredericksburg without acknowledging the part it played in the American Civil War. The Battle of Fredericksburg took place December 11th through 15th in 1862. It was a vicious, one-sided battle with Union casualties more than double those suffered by the Confederates. The South held the high ground here at Maury's Heights, and it was a crushing defeat for the North. Though the Union eventually won the war, a lot of lives were lost. Here we can remember the sacrifices that were made, which helped lead to the country we know and love today. I spent a lot of time in high school here in the Confederate Cemetery. It was quiet, it was beautiful. And while I obviously don't agree with the South's agenda, I did have ancestors that fought on both sides of the war. I'm reminded by how much progress we've made in such a short amount of time. Perched overlooking the Rappahannock River sits the beautiful Chatham Manor. Built by enslaved laborers in 1771, Chatham showcased the wealth and status of the Fitzhugh family, who were good friends with important figures like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and George Mason. During the Civil War, it was used as a headquarters for the U.S. Army during the Battle of Fredericksburg and became a field hospital in the bloody aftermath. Clara Barton and Walt Whitman both cared for wounded soldiers here. It's changed ownership several times and is now a museum where you can learn about the trials and inequities of our young nation. Also, the gardens are a stunning place to picnic in the spring and summer. A few other places you don't want to miss while visiting Fredericksburg are Kenmore Plantation, which was built by George Washington's sister, Betty Washington Lewis. Carl's Frozen Custard, a community staple for dessert since 1947. They close for the winter, but lines are down the block in warmer months. Heads up, if you plan to visit, they are cash only.
And Hyperion Espresso, a coffee shop with the best small town vibes. Let me know in the comments where your hometown is and what you like best about it. Thanks for joining me today in mine. And if you enjoyed your stay, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.